So with the release of my Why Germany Suffers video and the Soviet Bias video, we are finally down to do one last faction that Enlisted probably hates the most. And that is beyond a doubt the faction is Italy, to be more exact as Axis Tunisia. That said, the purpose of this video is to discuss how and why that exists and what methods Enlisted can do to buff Italy. With that said, this video has been made possible for friends at Discord, meaning that if you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined Discord, I highly suggest that you do. The first reason why Italy suffers is because historical reasons. This goes to bad weapons and bad logistics, to mean that the weapons themselves are going to be even worse and stuff like that. The historical implications are really real, considering the fact that although Enlisted is trying their best, they are severely limited by the number of Italian weapons that you can give to the Italian troops, or I should be exact, the Axis troops in Tunisia. This bad weapons makes Italy suffers from the get-go, so that's not a good thing, and not to mention the fact that Enlisted doesn't even try to buff Italy in any shape, way, or form. This gives the fact that most Italian weapons are rather useless against, or essentially unable to compete with Thompsons. The Italian tanks and subsequent German tanks are straight outright a letdown, considering the fact that most German and Italian tanks don't even have a 50 caliber machine gun or a similar version of the MG34 or an Italian version of the machine gun, and what machine guns they do have are essentially a joke compared to what the Sherman has, the Grant has, or whatever allied tank that you name has. The planes are even worse, considering the fact that the Bf-110 has to compete with the viewfighter, and essentially Italian planes don't even have bombs, but the same can be said for allied planes, not to mention the fact that you are essentially having Dauntless versus a Stuka, meaning the fact that the Dauntless is going to have an easier time. Next thing is the grind is essentially long and uneventful. For most of the games, you're going to be fighting an entire team of human players against a bunch of bots, since no one is playing Axis Tunisia, which is a really big pain. Because of this, most of your battles are going to be defeats, meaning that it's going to be even harder for you to level up. And not to mention the fact that even the premium squads are mostly against you, in the sense that the allies have some of the best premium squads, such as the Mosquito, whereas the Italians don't even really have a premium squad that is viable financially. As a matter of fact, I essentially don't get premium squads for Italy. And for the rest of the premium squads, they're just straight outright balanced, meaning the fact that Italy does not have an edge. Now you might be wondering, with this terrible stuff, what can be possibly do to salvage the entire situation? And the first thing is literally remove some of the weapons. For example, the Italians have two versions of the M1 Beretta, the M1 Beretta 3841 and the M1 Beretta. Honestly, just remove the 3841 and replace it with the 38 M Beretta, which is a really good weapon, and essentially Axis Tunisia really needs that weapon because, as of right now, Italy does not have a really good response to Allied Thompsons, and that's going to be an issue. Next thing is buff the tanks. Give Italy better tanks and planes for the next following releases. Yes, you heard me correct. The next following releases, please give Italy better tanks. In short, this is the part in which you make the grind worth it. Giving Italian troops better SMGs by removing some of the Italian SMGs and moving them down the bracket is going to help, but giving Italy something to grind for is going to be interesting. With that, hopefully you attract new players to the game, or attract players like me who are going to be taken out of the game, and therefore you can actually have your team not filled with bots if you're playing Axis Tunisia. But with that said, this is all it for how to make Italy better Enlisted, and honestly, I really hope that Italy gets a lot more love than it deserves right now. But that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I would be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.